Hey y'all, today's date is Sunday, July 18th. It is 11:40 in the evening here in Singapore, so most people in North Carolina would be in church, I guess, of the ones that go to church. But today, I just want to talk to you about my last Sunday in Singapore. I called it in my head the Anointed Day because a lot of things happened today that seem very chain reaction ish. If that's a word. It's not. But nevertheless, it just seemed like things happened one after the other, and one thing led to another. One seemingly bad thing led to a good thing, which led to a good thing, which led to a good thing, which led to an even better thing. Um, but it all ended in me going to Cornerstone Community Church's African Fellowship. First of all, I had found out about the fellowship, the service, the African service, like my second week here. But the C's program has planned so many activities, and a lot of them were on the weekends. So that precluded us from going to church, which I really didn't like. But I mean, it is what it is. I mean, it's not like I would change what happened or anything like that. But I would have preferred to go to church sometime. But it is what it is. So today is, as it's the last Sunday that we're here in Singapore, and it was a free Sunday. Didn't have any activities. So I wanted to go to this church. So woke up, got on the bus, but it was the wrong bus. I got on the wrong bus to go to church. But, and this was the chain reaction stuff. So I get on the wrong bus, and there's a Malay woman, older woman, probably about 65, but she looked black, so I kept looking at her. I knew she wasn't black, but I was just marveled by the fact that she looked black, but she clearly wasn't. So when I got off the bus, I guess she noticed that I kept looking at her, because then she started talking to me and asking where I was going. I was telling her where I was going, and we were talking and just having light conversation. We get on the get on the train because the bus stopped at the train station. Get on the train, and we're just talking and talking about my experience in Singapore, what I liked, what I saw, and she was talking about how friendly everybody is here, which is true. Everyone here is really friendly, and Islam and the places she's traveled, and talked a lot about her journey to Mecca, which is the journey that all Muslims have to make sometime in their life. And she was talking about her journey to Mecca a lot, but she was talking about how Islam preaches tolerance and acceptance and no violence and stuff like that. So it was interesting because I know had I taken the right bus, I wouldn't have seen her. At the end, she had to get off before I had to get off, so we exchanged phone numbers. I gave her my email address, and we parted ways. But I just couldn't help sitting there thinking, wow, this wouldn't have happened had I gotten on the right bus. So it was just the start of a chain reaction. Then I get to my station, the station I need to get to, get off, get on the bus. I was scared I was going to miss my stop, but I didn't miss my stop. So I'm walking, and I realized that the church is in a shopping mall, which I found to be interesting because at home, for I guess for a church to hold service in like a shopping center, I feel like a lot of people look down upon that. Although, truth be told, where there are two or more gathered, as the Bible says, the Prince of the Lord is there. But a lot of people look down on like churches in shopping malls or churches in community centers, stuff like that. But this was in a mall. But I went in the wrong mall actually, so it was actually the mall next door. But nevertheless, I got there, and I was welcomed by some people that were in the hallway because I looked real lost, and they saw me looking lost. And because I was the only black face in the entire mall, they correctly assumed, that I was there for the African service. They ushered me upstairs to the service, and I ended up meeting the pastor. He was sitting outside reading his what's he reading? Reading the Bible. I guess he was making notes out for the sermon. And I spoke to him, and he was telling everyone, make him feel welcome. And I was really apprehensive at first because I know I've heard people say like when black people go to Africa, they're not always welcome because of the fact that they see it as a difference and not just that we're all brothers and sisters just separated by the diaspora. So I was a bit on edge about that, but I felt really welcomed. The service was supposed to start at 2, which meant it started at 2:30. When I walked in, they were setting up the sound, but it didn't bother me because it just gave me more time to talk to people as they walked in. And ironically, a Chinese Singaporean family walked in the church, and that just threw me off. But it was a woman, her sister, and the sister's 3 kids, 2 girls, 1 boy, and they were all about my age or older. And I was talking to the son, and he was just enlightening me about the way Singaporeans think and should think. Because he was saying that a lot of Singaporeans aren't really grateful for what they have, and he's Chinese Singaporean instead. But he was saying a lot of Singaporeans aren't grateful for what they have, take a lot of things for granted, because Singapore is a very okay city. It's in a good place. It's safe. It's economically viable. The economy is doing well, and most young people, at least my age, and anyone in their like 20s and 30s and younger that have grown up here have grown up under economic growth. They have not really seen a huge economic downturn where people are losing their jobs and stuff like that. Where versus us in America, we've seen a little bit more of that. So he was just talking about how you got to be grateful for what you have because God has just blessed us all, blessed Singapore and blessed the people in it, and bless us all. Which I found just really, really enlightening. It was really enlightening, and I definitely would not have expected any of them to be there because I just thought it was going to be a whole bunch of Africans, and then me being the Black American, but it was very multi-racial. There were some white people in there. There were some Singaporeans. Um, I'm gonna pause here and start a part 2 to tell you all about the service itself because the service itself was really good for me. And I know I'm telling you a little bit about it now, but I want you to watch the other part because I want you to hear my experience and what happened. I mean, it wasn't anything bad, but it was good. So I'll talk to y'all with part 2 and tell you what happened during the service. Talk to y'all in a few. Bye.